I don't think this is something that could really happen. I would be surprised if it did. But what the people on the panel brought up, which I thought was interesting, was you're going to see more of an attack on this idea of birther tourism. So what birther tourism essentially is this idea that you're obtaining a visa for the reason of entering the United States to have a child in the U.S., because if the child is born in the United States, they're a U.S. citizen. So the idea is making it more of an issue at the consulate, making it more open for consular officers to deny visa applications to individuals that are pregnant unless the travel to the U.S. is done so for medical reasons. And right away, and I don't say this to be crass, I'm being genuinely honest. Right away, I thought, and I even asked the panel, like, so do the officers then have to just make decisions on who looks pregnant or who doesn't look pregnant? Like, do they assertively ask someone if they are pregnant at the outset of every interview if that person is capable of birthing a child? Like, what happened? Maybe so, but what they actually came back and said was the consular officers, by and large, they likely don't want to do this because it's an uncomfortable thing. But you know who'd be psyched about doing it? CBP. Apparently, CBP officers seemingly have no problem with doing something like that and would be more than welcome to refuse someone entry to the United States under this guise. Now, I don't have a bad opinion of CBP, but if I could kind of give you an idea of what I deal with CBP on average, I had someone on Monday night in secondary inspection for 3.5 hours because they were related to an employer that had been found guilty of fraud. Now, this person had gone through a lawsuit in which they had won the lawsuit, their fraud claim had been removed, and they were carrying with them a copy of the document that confirmed that the fraud finding had been removed, despite all of that secondary inspection detainment for 3+ hours. So my opinion of them is not very favorable, in that I feel that they abuse their powers, and I feel that they definitely make an effort to target not even people of certain nationalities, but people with certain immigration history backgrounds, people that have been in the United States on F1. I think they're much more diligently going after those people than somebody who, is just coming in on an H-1B. All that being said, my understanding of all of this was the restrictions on birthright citizenship would outright be very difficult, but there's ways to get around that, and I think it's something that they're going to try to take advantage of.